That was a really good catch. But last week, the Indians' Austin Jackson rendered baseball fans speechless with his home run saving grab against the Red Sox at Fenway. So John Brankas of ESPN Sports Science looks back at this leaping save, which many are calling the catch of the year.
Sox.
Over 22 years and 603 starts, Johnson had 219 strikeout games.
Yes, can. Billy Pito at the highlight read. It's our top back in the day. Studio, not in the shower, in studio.
Oh, yeah.
In studio? Yes.
Can we Home Alone them and like get him like sticky paper and then feathers all over him?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
That was a surprise for you. Fellas, bring it in.
Yeah, you had him looking over his shoulder, too.
It's not March. It's not March.
Watch your back. Entertained we are by it right now.
I feel like shooters with attitude.
Shooters. HS.
Shooters.
Let's go to the bumps. Coming up.
That's our top sounds from yesterday. People have been sounding off on an ongoing subject for a full calendar year now. NFL players choosing to sit during the national anthem. And while the man who started the dialogue last preseason has yet to even take a field, there are other players currently choosing to continue the demonstration, sustaining the debate to sit or not to sit. 5% of the time he does. What are your expectations for them this season?
Well, I mean, he's saying all the right
Perspective, you don't expect any attrition, age aside or scheme aside. You think he's going to be solid?
I really do. And I know.
And not only do they like to put their heel on people's throat, he doesn't ever like to come out of the game.
Well, and they celebrate, and especially if it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
home game, they get that crowd going. So I expect good things from Tom Brady this year.
All right, we expect more things from you. You're sticking around. Matt Hasselbeck more with us later, but let's hit the baseball field, Jay.
Yeah, he's getting pitches that he would normally have been pulling off on. He's not leaking as much.
He told Butcher Gross last night his magic number for home runs this season would be 62. You think that's reachable?
You know baseball, so I think he chose that number for a reason.
I think you're right. Pedro Gomez, thank you. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Plus years, he's not necessarily demonstrating in any way, but they have jobs. So when it comes to Kaepernick, how does his position affect his employment status?
Well, it's an interesting question, and the question I heard this morning is the fact that he's a quarterback.
To the periphery surrounding Colin, and the argument always comes back, well, what about the players in the league who've actually committed crimes and done really bad things, and they seem to get a pass? How do we
Actually had a chance to spend some time with Michael Bennett in the offseason?
I saw Michael Bennett actually last week at, at the Seahawks training camp practice, and you know we could have talked about.
Do you think this whole thing, I don't want to say ends because we've been talking about it for a year, but plays out? You can see more of this young man who you could do a shampoo.
Could I?
Yeah.
You have to clean the dome off.
I was going to say just about like how shiny it makes your dome.
Maybe aftershave.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That'll work too.
All season on Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah.
And has the hottest bat in baseball right now, Jay.
Yes, he does. And still ahead this hour, Stanton's hitting coach will join us to talk about what changes he's seen in the last week.
Storyline of that thing, yeah, exactly. But it was so real. And what's really cool, coming up at 9:15 here on SportsCenter AM, Joseph's going to join us. Sweet.
Here's what I want to know. Do you believe you're a jinx to your team? Maybe put the phone away because this isn't going well.
We should ask him.
Ask him that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to. Where is he that he's actually chasing this milestone and close to reaching it? Have you noticed it in him?
No. And it really isn't.
I've never
Tap the bottom. You're supposed to
Tap the heel?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to? You want me to try it out? And I'm just. We can.
Sure, Jay think anything. I'll tap Jay's feet. Go ahead, Al. Hey, before we let you go, we got a pretty awesome moment here from Tennessee Volunteer on SportsCenter. Can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait.
I feel bad for him, but at the same time, like afterwards, when you see the Red Sox legends talking to him, like you got the chance to talk to those guys.
He was probably nervous, right? Like you're a Red Sox fan and Yaz is standing behind you. Like he probably just got a little excited and
he's got a heck of a story.
was off target. Yeah.
Sure. That's all it is, right? Speaking of great stories,
and in Japan with him, and you did you guys had a piece where he was acting like a sumo wrestler and he wasn't wearing a shirt. Not exactly what I expected for someone who doesn't eat anything that is bad for you.
Or anything.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be like super yoked.
Completely against that. It's all about flexibility. That's what he believes in, and that's the training that he's been talking about for a decade. That's why he thinks, his durability has lasted. It's all about the flexibility. not getting you.
And not about the here we go.
And it was an innocent question, too. But
yes.
they're 16 days away now against Florida State on ABC Saturday night, September 2nd. To me, though, it's really the message he's sending to the locker room, right? And he's also having some fun.
Lots of fun.
He's not going to be fun next week.
I was going to say, get the smile in while you can, because we won't be seeing too much of that.
No. Saban, one of 4 active coaches to own a college football national title. The others, his opponent in week 1, Jimbo Fisher, as well as Dabo Swinney and Urban Meyer.
And speaking of Meyer and Swinney, the Buckeyes head coach addressing how his season ended at the hands of Clemson. Meyer sitting down with our Chris Lowe for a SportsCenter conversation. The Lannister asking the world to bend the knee, or are they Daenerys Targaryen, right? Because there are those the evil empire.
I think they want to be Danny, right?
Everybody
wants to be Danny, but
it had a dragon in it.
But the Cersei connection, yeah, the evil empire.
The evil empire, Cersei. I'm just saying.
Who's Jon Snow?
Ooh, I don't know. Red Sox fans would say them.
Exactly.
Right, here we come. All right, let's talk a little baseball. Let's head out to Williamsport, where our Tim Kirchin is joining us. Media, these kids become famous now when they do something cool. They instantly go viral.
And Jay brought it up yesterday. Good sportsmanship. We saw that, right, in that Connecticut Jersey game?
Yeah, the Connecticut Jersey game. It was nice.
Really cool.
Went up the field. Nice hit, dude.
Refreshing.
You had top 10 speed there.
You're pretty quick.
Can I just say this, though? What they didn't show is that one Kevin Nagandi said, you can mess my hair up once the show's over, but we have 2 hours to go. No, you said you would, Kevin. You said you. How do they have to be hot dogs? Like, can't you afford, like, Polish sausages or, like,
You wouldn't eat that either.
Well, that's probably
Because you don't like hot dogs.
I don't. But sausages are different. They're like a little more uppity version of a hot dog.
Okay, I'd eat the hot dogs.